Guys, welcome back to the Podium Pulse channel. It is prediction day Friday, and we are ready to get into some predictions. But first, rest in peace, Kyle Busch. That man was my hero. Growing up, always rooted for him. Just remember, rooting for him on Sundays. My uncle just didn't like him, didn't like the way he raced, but I always loved the competitiveness of, they can't take it out of two, willing to dish it out. If, you push, he will push harder back. I just love that about him, and rooting for him growing up. I unfortunately didn't get to see his last Cup win live, watching, because that I remember Fox, like, a power outage, or it just didn't work during that gateway race. I did watch that Dover race 1 week ago today. I was watched him win. It was a good time watching him win. I didn't know at that moment that was going to be his last ever win in NASCAR, but, very sad times. But today's Friday. It's not Thursday. Just want to take that out and, just say, thoughts and prayers for the Busch family. I'm happy that RCR is not running the 8 for the rest of the year. So I'm happy that they're doing that for Kyle, but, it's very sad. I love that guy, and, just thoughts and prayers out to his family. But today's Friday. It's not Thursday. We can mourn all we want, but it just won't change the past. So let's just get on. It's a new day. Now let's get into some positive attitude with Formula One. George Russell took the sprint pole earlier today. This is George Russell's track. He has to win this race, and I think he will. I think Russell finishes 1. Last year, Antonelli finished 3rd at this track. I think he gets second done, keeps that 1-2 for Mercedes. 3rd place, it's going to be a McLaren. I will put a lot of money on that. The 3rd place will be a McLaren. Which one? I'm going to go with Lando. Lando, obviously more experienced, I believe better driver between the two. But also, he had way more pace than Oscar last year. He just, made a dumb mistake and got taken out in it. So I think Lando finished 3rd. And now we're head on over to NASCAR with the trucks, which is starting in, I don't know how long. I think it's really soon. So I wanted to get this video out before even a lap was ran. But I believe that being on the podium, I think Corey Day will do it for Kyle, driving that number 7 truck, which Kyle was supposed to run today. I think he will get it done. I think Connor Zulich in the 77 will get it done. I also think Caden Honeycutt, the dominant driver of the trucks this year, will get it done in 3rd, just behind those part-time guys that are just doing some one-offs. Now heading into the O'Reilly Series, where I want Justin Allgaier, Corey Day in 2nd. Corey Day's been really, really good this year. And also, give me Raja Cruz. I think Raja is due for a good finish. I think it could come at this track, which I don't know if it's going to suit his driving. It should, early season, which is where Raja was. Vegas and this, obviously cookie-cutter tracks, very similar to each other. But I think Raja maybe surprise a lot of people and get this P3 finish. But that will be that podium. All Chevrolets, all Junior Motorsports Chevrolets at that. Now with the Cup Series, finishing in, let's go 3rd to 1st. Finishing in 3rd place, I have not Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell. Finishing in 2nd place, I actually haven't thought about this. Let's just start. I think Denny Hamlin's going to win, because that's been my 1-3. 2nd, I don't want to choose another Gibbs car. I just think the Gibbs car is just so fast. Actually, give me Kyle Larson not doing the double. I think Larson will come in here, show that he's really fast like he always does early in the races. But give me Kyle Larson to do that. So, obviously, rest in peace, Kyle. I hope someone that had a close connection with Kyle wins. I think, obviously, everyone on the grid had a close connection with Kyle, just racing with him. But I hope, someone gets it done. Obviously, I hope Austin Dillon or Austin Hill wins, just for that RCR momentum. But if not, I hope, Denny wins, Seabell, someone who's teammates with him and really know him. But obviously, not guaranteed to happen. But rest in peace, Kyle. This one's for you. I know you're looking down and watching that Coke 600 with Biff and Dale. See you guys.